it was confirming what I had written in the book, is that there are two camps in the American church world. One is infected with Darbyism, Schofieldism. The other camp has never, ever been infected with it and can't figure out why so many other churches are caught up in it. It seems foreign to them.
Right. Now, there might be a lot of people out there that would be saying, well, what difference does it really make? Well, if we're believers, you know, I'm going to love you whether you agree with me on this particular issue or not. But what's happened now is that there's such an extreme belief in the idea of a rapture event that occurs at the beginning of a tribulation period of 7 years, and that it has now impacted culture, politics,
Foreign policy.
military decisions. I mean, seriously.
Yes, foreign policy.
Because at the centerpiece of the rapture belief is Israel. That's the centerpiece of it. Jesus returns at the end of the 7 years.
Not to save the church,
but to save Israel. That's the centerpiece of Darbyism, of dispensationalism, that it all builds up to that event. And then the 1,000 years adds to that, in that Israel is the centerpiece. From our perspective, we believe that we are Israel, that the church is Israel. We have been grafted in.
Yes.
Paul taught this, that we were grafted in. And just as surely as Israel was taken out, the physical Israel, we could be taken out too if we don't follow the precepts and principles of the Scriptures and what God has commanded us to do.
That's right.
In other words, it's by faith.
Yes.
And so the two views here center about what do you believe about the church. The Darbyites, the Dipsyites, if you will, believe that the church ends at the rapture. That's it.
Yes.
We're done with it. And yet somehow there's preaching that's going on in those 7 years. I don't know what's being preached.
And what are they converting to?
And what is it that they are converting to during that period of time? And so there have been so many of these things that have been threaded together like a patchwork quilt of scrap material, that if you pull a thread at one place on it, the whole quilt will fall apart.
Yes.
So,
in the rapture, that's it. That's the linchpin.